Today we're visiting a really scary castle. Why is it scary? Because to go through this castle, you have to visit actual dungeons with torture chambers. Plus, there is a scary monster who is called Gottstein, who lives in the castle, and if you lock eyes with him, you will disappear. We will try to find a special torture instrument for people who gossip too much and count how many medieval toilets we can find. You can say it is my hobby. Alright, and without further ado, let's visit the castle. So we are in the castle. So far it doesn't look scary at all. It looks pretty cute. But we need to get a ticket to get to the dungeons. Let's go. Looks like we've got our first two medieval toilets. Over there. If you are wondering why they're sticking out of the building, that's because on the bottom of the toilet there is a hole. So everything would be just dropping down. Not very sanitary. So we found some tombstones. Like the actual ones. Look. 1808. Let's see if I can read anything. No, I can't. Oh, wait. Nope. Let's see this one. Definitely can't read that. Oh wow, that's so pretty. Ooh. You can go on the balcony? I mean, I have never been on a wooden balcony in the castle like that. I feel like a noble woman in the Middle Ages. That's the courtyard of the castle. I think I found a toilet. Oh my god. That's definitely scary. I feel really scared right now. I will close it. That's definitely a toilet. It cannot be anything else. If I had to pick a place in the castle where my room would be, I think that would be it. This feels good and not scary. Close to the torture chamber, yeah, right upstairs from the torture chamber. So I can just hear the moans and the screams. It will be the lullaby, right? You know what, guys? We just found a dragon. His name is Sharkan, which is a cool name for a dragon, right? Sharkan. Well, and he has some gold there, and even some bills. He's actually pretty small and cute. You guys, I found another toilet. This one is actually worse than the first one, because it's just a hole in the stone. Take a look. Ooh, wow. You know what? It would fly right out. Just right out at whoever lucky person would stand below. Ugh. Why do they make it so graphic? Oh god. corpses, thankfully, here. So this is where they would keep the prisoners, the isolation cell. And this is, I guess, where the prisoners would sleep. Look, I can fit here. No, I can't. I usually can fit anywhere. Strakakal is a shaggy hobbit that has a book in one hand and a comb in the other. He walks around the castle and looks for visitors with tousled hair, especially for children. If he finds them, he knocks them on the back with his book and combs their hair with his comb. You won't get me. It's heavy. I thought that's over, that the horror ended, but no. We have more stairs to climb down, and down, and down, and down, and down, and down. Well, my yep, Marilyn Monroe, my skirt. Well, we found it, guys. Here's the entrance to the torture chamber. My legs are shaking a little bit, but we can do it. Let's go. Oh, help me. Here's the toilet, just in case you need to piss your pants. Oh no. Oh no, that's the worst one. Why is it the worst one? The waterboarding was used by the Spanish Inquisition in the 14th century. It's a horrible torture, simulating the experience of drowning. The poor man is trying to prevent entering of the water into lungs and the subsequent death by swallowing liters of water. The constant pouring causes stomach rupture, and the water fills up the whole abdominal cavity, which leads to death. Well, needless to say, all of that will be cut out. A similar way of obtaining beneficial information continues even... Oh my god. And guess who does it? The CIA. Is it the collar and the shackles? Well, as you can see, there are spikes on it. Definitely not cushioned. Well... That's a rack, right? That's why they stretch you. It's not a pleasant stretch. It's not one of those YouTube videos. 20-minute stretch for your whole body. Feel good stretch. This ain't good. Look at his face. Oh, the rat. There is a rat. Yeah. Making sure that he spells everything correctly. And here's the Iron Maiden. If you scare me right now, I will scream, and everyone will get a heart attack. Ew, look at the shelf. Ugh. Is he gonna do something? Oof. That's rough. Breaking up. This type of punishment was especially used for adulterers. What was the worst torture that I have seen here? I gotta say Iron Maiden and the rack are up there, but I think we're actually missing one, and that's supposed to be the worst one. I think it must be there, guys. The worst one, it must be there. It must be in the end of the corridor. Yeah, he looks friendly, but this thing over there isn't friendly, guys. Why did they give him such a friendly face? Breaking on a wheel. Pretty self-explanatory, so I think that's a winner. Look, guys, I fit. It's actually pretty comfortable. You cannot sleep here, but anyway, I'll get out. Bye-bye. I found it. That is the iron mask that they would put on the heads of gossipers. However, most of them were mocking masks, such as this one with ears that was for gossipy women. That looks very uncomfortable. Oh my god, is that the Gottstein, the monster? Joking, this is a statue, of course. It cannot harm me. In fact, if you touch the very tip of the statue's beard, you can make a wish. But also, you first have to pay for it. Yeah, have to put a coin in that box over there. The wish is not for free. And let's see if I have any coins. No, just a lipstick. Next time. Alright, I think that was a success. We went through all of the torture chambers, we found 4 really old toilets and that special torture instrument. And thankfully we did not stumble upon the real Gottstein, just a statue. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, subscribe to our channel if you like this video and we will see you in our next one. Bye!